Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about Salon Economy.
We're not just any radio. We're an economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way where go make sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show, We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues, where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join me now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This is the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about Salon Economy.
We're not just any radio. We're an economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way where go make sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show, We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues, where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join me now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This is the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk.
Good evening. Today again we there for discuss something very important and with big allegiance and on local council decentralization. The thing they make you they get your services wherever you there. Una know say Salon be introduced local councils in 20 years ago. In fact, the reason why they say will be reintroduced and where the war been there, now for less service delivery come closer to citizens. Then Kitok say now three big reasons then they why local councils in Kinde. Number one, Jolly Cabin talk, it brings councils services closer to citizens, and citizens then can participate in the delivery of their services then they. In fact, the council they can talk to there. Together with the Budget Advocacy Network, now we've all been a sit down, we plan really with citizen input how the services then can do. The second one, we can realize we then can concentrate everything now free turn. You want passport or you want anything, it can lead to problem. In fact, book where they don't write, they don't talk say the reason why Salon will be fet day. Now a services all na free turn you get and so all side been the go without services. So now I make with the word on the say, look, can we decentralization back? In fact, the most important reason, when at the third point why decentralization important, now the way that they follow share power amongst ourselves. So all man within a small cocoon, you get your own power. Now that make inside Salon we get 22 local councils. And out of that 22, the APC get 11 councils, SLPP get 11 councils. Now the way some of the way they now they hold the shape so that nobody not can lose. And so after 20 years, who don't introduce decentralization, we'll get for ask a question whether it's really effective. In fact, somebody they talk say councils, then they die. So now big question now they ask say really council then they die or they're really effective? And when I hear from the Budget Advocacy Network sometime last week, then published something where they say the council they need agree, government need agree for pay the council then. So if government not pay council then, you know they get better things. So with me for let we get this conversation, we'll get three big man them. Naya. The first one Mr. Augustine Sheku, we the chairman for Kono District Council, we one of the biggest council in the country. Mr. Sheku.
Good evening, I'm glad for there.
Yes. The second one, Mr. Abdul Kande Toure. Mr. Abdul Kande Toure, now one of our strong partner them. In fact, now one of the chairman there for the newest district, we now carrying a district. Sure.
Thank you very much for having me. Fambuluna, good evening, and we hope you will listen to it.
Thank you very much. And I get we partner, my colleague and my brother, we now Mr. Abubakar Kamara, we anything we ban can talk about now about budget and accountability. So ban the back they come when a big network of civil society, we then they produce information and budget and expenditure.
Thank you, and I'm glad for there, and the people in Salon, good evening.
Okay, so say you can join me online on Facebook, and we know say back the Eastern Radio. Now the Eastern region, we know say na all out radio na Bo, they can listen to we. Even radio ones are na McKinney, they listen to we. And anybody you can tune into their radio station there and get to the talk and participate. So for the one they want for take part, you can call. We'll get for open the line at some point. We're on 072 729 072 In fact, you will miss out on this program today. Just know say there is an opportunity every day, morning time 8 o'clock to 9:30. Follow will repeat the broadcast and you go engage with this program. So family, then wanna welcome to True Talk Radio, where I'm a voice of credibility. Yeah, we engage with the public for us, see how they solve the problem, not to how for increase the problem. But I want to start with you, Budget Advocacy Network. And I know so we'll get for talk about your reports later on where you talk about. But I want tell me about if local councils, the city council, they know they don't close being down today. Because they do a lot of work in the investigative council and they do, and in fact you can support them for letting get better revenue for letting do their work. If councils then close today, what if it will happen?
Well, it means a huge chunk of the population they go without basic essential services.
Sure.
Mind you, the services we council will provide now, not to luxury services, now basic services. So if council close today, it will be disastrous because the function of the council they perform, they're really essential, and more so for the ordinary citizen, we rely on government for the basic services. Just imagine if council close today, for example, now then can give money for ambulance, then for referral to big hospital if the woman get problem. So it means say that the woman or a family and they go put money in the pocket for pay for the ambulance for the move. So it also means say it increase cost on citizens then for letting them access to service. And of course the essence of the whole operationalization of the council, as you mentioned earlier, now for bringing the people in close to the government, but also for letting them receive their own basic social services. So if council close currently, it means say a lot of people go suffer, citizens go receive service at a higher cost. The vulnerable now the more get for suffer in this context. So council got a very critical role for play, will require them as per the law, and therefore the mechanism for letting them operate effectively in a timely manner. Government need for stimulate that mechanism very well. Okay.
So I mean you don't release my civil society where you talk you like I say council you see down. Yeah. I don't know if you agree with them. I don't want to let you tell family them because you go work they can pay you. What in council they really do for Salon? Why you feel say Salon people for treat local councils are very important?
Well, thank you very much. And I think to a very large extent I want to agree with my brother here. And for say the moment where we will think say council for close, it will be very catastrophic because council are the lowest tier of government, so they're very close to the people. And trust me, one of the things that will happen if council close and the fact say government will be overburdened. And then somebody go and say before this time council not been there before 2004, but we still live. Yes, to a very large extent you go say yes, then it will be the leave, but it was very difficult. And if you look at the TRC report, it will tell you one of the reasons that we make will be fair this war. And for example, I did give example to me on area where I did in Karine. Certain and the way people in need, they don't need for go to government for ask government for give them. But we did it as a council, we're at the lower or the lowest tier of government, where they're very close to the people. We go inside and provide them services in there. And also, council they give the opportunity to the people the grassroots people get represented in governance by way of choosing their representatives, let's say for the councillors, the chairman, you know. So if council not exist at all, it will be very, very much difficult for make the citizens at that lower level with at the local level for make them say we'll get them say into government. It not go happen at all.
I think this is really key. I go really want to turn the same question to me big brother from Kono District, when I the chairman for Kono District Council. So inside Freetown here, you will listen to me with the Freetown. If I will go London, like you talk say Aberdeen Borough. If you go na Aberdeen, like you say Borough, the London Borough of Southwark. Like inside you own council back, you can get the Kono District. You get different council area, local council area there. The two people in the talk say now the way down the for the government can closer to the people, and you're able to see MP. Some people in this they're not even able to see the paramount chief. So if in water well know the work, if guests from side will say we'll talk to person. So how you feel say local council is important at Kono?
Thank you very much. Local council is very important because, like me colleagues and don't say, the instruments that the way government create for ensure say service delivery is very effective and is also impactful. If council then close, I'm not going to say the world will come to an end, because as you rightly say, we can get councils before but then close down, and then central government take their responsibility. What you no more do is that they create a void where you create a situation where the people do not get the immediate person where they for turn to if they get an issue where they're able for address. And so council then for they not only for ensure say service delivery is effective, but it's also coordinated. And government don't begin create structures like the district development coordinating committee meeting, where we can meet every 3 months for all service providers for see what everybody they do, we share experiences, and then we're able for buy the information they share, which are challenges, and they council when they're very close to the people with the authority. They can see how we be able for help them for address them. Council also, we on council, we also the sport opportunities, and the opportunities and they within the sport, and they bring account to the attention of government. So now making service delivery, especially at the council level, there are two principles that they guide we. You get what called subsidiarity, and you also get complementarity. Subsidiarity, now the routine thing they want to do on their own based on the revenue one they get, on able for do. What you are not able for do, on escalate them to central government, and then on work with central government for see how on be able for address them. One can also escalate them to partners, so they're able for support you for to accomplish that goal.
But people in talk they can see the road bad, school they know better. In fact, some people in family they listen to me, we really get one SLPP council and one APC council on this panel, and they all two they talk about decentralization. But people in talk say people they just go to council for go for money, and just like how the central government they talk say much accountability not they and they know they see much services. I don't know what you know comment on that. I'll get for council back up, but you in particular, you don't be in a position for see how central government they work, because you know be civil servant and don't they now at the council for let's see how council they work.
You know, even the Bible say without vision my people will perish. Government don't create the structures, they don't create the institutions. They don't tell una how una for work. Where would they work? Now two things they guide we. The public interest, when the overall interest of the Kono people, and also the law. And so what we do is that when we see something to go bad, like the roads and bad, we'll be able for use the little resources we'll get for see how we'll be able for fix those roads. Like last year where the rains were very intense, we coordinate with the chiefs, with the private sector. We go to Kwedi Holdings and we give fuel. We talk to the motor drivers, we talk to the timber buyers, we talk to the police buyers. They all give trucks We'll talk to the youth, then give it stone them. So we'll go address some critical areas. And then they create a lot of, it captivate the attention of the people then. They know say, council, they respond to their needs then. So for let you let something work, you have to be guided by the fact that you have to create the institutions and where then they respond to the needs of the people. And you have also therefore make sure say you account to them, you are accountable to them. So if, for example, money not come, we already begin because I didn't say every council I not tell them. No, I tell them say money not carry it. But I also know say in what we do, as I say, taking the principle of complementarity, we also get NGOs, we also get partners where then they support, service delivery, so that that support when they give, will they ensure say we monitor them, and then they could create the impact we don't begin create. We also they look at institutions like NAXA. What then they do, they will not say NAXA and institutional government create for address infrastructure, but they make sure say they work with we, and we ensure say whatever they work, we put in what we call mechanism for sustainability. So they involve the communities in telling them that look, this is an opportunity when I don't get, where this thing I done, now for realize say when I get for take over. We get the road maintenance fund administration, where they give money, we make sure say we do culvert, where they stand the test of time, where they buy tools and for million resources. So why should we do the culvert, the tools then, where they work the youths then, and then you see them they fix the new roads more.
Okay. Chairman Kande Toure, so like you now, you na new district, now one of the newest districts them, and we'll get for can't talk about that and they really later. Because right now you talk about redistricting, APC below redistrict, SFP, you get for them back plan for redistrict, you get for can't share your experience later on. But you did a very challenging area from Bombali down to Guinea under. How you deliver things like healthcare for let people then get good health away from the central government?
Yeah, very difficult and very challenging, because looking at the topography of my district, now the only district where I go say it gets 5 ferry crossing points, the local ferries, where it's very difficult for me to go able to reach or deliver service to the extreme end. For example, in Tambaka, where they're very close to Guinea. Tambaka I can say to a very large extent, in terms of land size, almost equal or bigger than Cambia district as a whole. Just the Tambaka, So for making you able to deliver service in that area there, it's very much challenging. And you left the come now this Sanama Bolonto. For access there again, you get for cross ferry. It's very big and very much challenging for each day. Left there again, Canada Batkanu end, take go Nadama Fonda for work Binti end. This again you get for cross ferry. In fact, they cross 2 ferries. So carrying a district now one of the most challenging districts, because the way how it's situated, and then mind you, when government do this redistricting, it take 8 most deplorable chiefdoms from Bombali and 5 most deplorable chiefdoms from Potoloko and merge them. So that make the poorest of the poor of the chiefdoms them, they merge them. So we find it very difficult for me to give services to the people. And I know say we will come to the funding and other thing. If we don't do as a council, for instance, from August last year, till as I talk to you, so we don't receive anything. It's very difficult for me to survive as a council. And somebody go talk say, when I get the leverage for me to collect own source revenue. But mind you, Kayene is a new district. The mentality of the people, it's very, very much narrow. Because if you go to somebody, like for instance, few weeks ago, you hold meeting with some stakeholders, tell them say, one begin reach a certain area for who collect own source revenue, property tax. That meeting scatter. Now we also want to go collect tax, this, that, then thing and day. People will give you some instances them way, But I can understand, it not be that happen before. If you come and can introduce that one day to the people, then they find it very difficult for make them able comply with you. So you look at the own source revenue base, now one of the lowest.
In fact, this really important, because the other day we will look at the figures the way they come up from carrying it.
Yes.
In terms of revenue, so all that when I say also, we talk about own source revenue. Family, what it mean? The money, the tax we they collect. There's most now the districts. Is it say it not reach up to 1 million per person?
At all.
About 30 cents per person.
Exactly.
Who don't shape that money there? If you talk say the money we they don't collect na Cambia, they shape and give all man now about 30 cents. You know, reach 1 million per person.
Yes.
How do they survive on that?
It's difficult. It's difficult. You know, one of the biggest challenge they will get big challenge with the chiefdom authorities. Waiting council for collect, then they go and collect them. And then they give you the room for let yourself go the free hand for make we go and collect them. When you want go there, they get different ways the way they make. You know, we don't try, and the Minister of Finance we don't go at a point with the local government ministry. Go sit down with we get an MOU on the revenue sharing mechanism, but still they need to comply. Then they cross them boundaries. Who side they say council forget 40, then get 60. Yeah, okay, to some point, then they even enter inside we own 40 again. Then who side then they say council get 100% like the property tax. They need to give you away for going inside at all. But we convert book where something happen in a council that they want cancel. So it's difficult. It's the only way who feel say it will manage for in a government subvention. And government again come for help because we they get some fusion between the district office and the council. Because in terms of revenue collection, because according to the MOU signed with the chiefdom authorities, evacuation fees the council get 100%. But when you go, you see somebody like the chiefdom authority.
Evacuation for waiting disaster
like,
day?
No, like you dey pull charcoal.
Okay.
You dey pull board.
Okay.
Let it do you take out. You know, you dey go, you dey meet chiefdom authorities. Then get people who they put. Then they get ticket. Then they collect all of the money.
But what did the chiefdom they do with the money? What then they collect?
Well, only God knows. I'm not
now the same thing to yourself.
Before me go, now similar thing been they obtain, but the chiefs then been tell we say, we Ministry of Finance be engage them for make them do joint collection and share the revenue. They say them in comply, but at the end of the day, they not been see the money. They not get the own share. They not see development. So we been instead and say, well, this time around a test we and see whether the situation will be the same. So now we do joint collection.
Okay.
And I would say it will work very well because trust day between we and the people.
Okay.
Over and above that, we deliver some services. We don't say whatever little we get, we ensure say a good percentage of them go into tangibles where they see. They give them solar light in some communities. As I said just now, they buy tools, so we get the youth them, we encourage them. So the trust relationship with the chiefs them, it don't increase considerably to the extent that even yesterday we've been getting a meeting where the Ministry of Health being organized for let we get the last mile on this mpox. And you see saying that maybe in chair the meeting, the chiefs were all there, we all signed up to them. We agree to form committees, you know, and ensure say then committees and then work. So I would say we on at least that trust on the synergy between the population on the day. Okay,
good. So I can't turn to you now. And Fambule, you can forget an opportunity for yourself take part in the conversation today. The number we call is 072641729 072641729. You can listen to All Out Radio. You can listen to the radio in the East, the Voice of the East. Then you can listen to Amza Radio in Makeni. This is not True Talk 98.5 FM with the broadcast from Freetown. So we get beaucoup in the way they affect citizens then. Are they sick? Are they in the village for like again nurse? It's difficult. Now council for make sure say actually nurse day. Not Tambaka. Teacher them, road them bad. If I right now na carrying some place then they nobody neighborhood they cut off. You don't do some work on the funding where the government they pull to then cancel it. And by right, this is really important because the money we now government allocation to then cancel and they reach 1%. That means it always will collect. It who's now with the shave and to the council and for let them do their work, reach 1%. But even that 1% for let you go, no problem. I don't know what now you findings from the research you've been doing.
It's the same. I mean, the allocation can do, as you say, we reach 1%, but we come in terms of the actual disbursement, now a problem. So, firstly, the national anthem of the council when a delay in transfer of resources. The reason why I say national anthem now, all age problem they happen over the years, and we get serious implication in even service delivery. In fact, it even get implication in terms of creating opportunity for corruption at the council. Because the money need to go on time and they go on piecemeal. Secondly, you know, when you say wait about delay, I mean, they get some delay, then it will be manageable. But the delay then there wouldn't happen now, it don't become unmanageable. That then delay don't cause serious problem to council, especially for deprived council like Cabinet, like Falaba. Those councils, their existence in terms of providing services then, they really rely on government transfer. And government transfer, now statutory transfer them. We did by law. Now law now say government for the transfer resources to the councils them. Like then council the mechanism for them able to generate enough own source revenue for them strive and provide services there. It's very small. The percentage of own source revenue to the services we are provide, it's up to 10%. Women say the moment they get delay, there will be a problem. Talk less of the moment they get extraordinary delay, like in the case of voting we don't observe so in 2025. We having there are two things here. The allocation for 2025 as of up to yesterday, government not saying nothing to none all of the
this inside August.
Yes. The one for 2024, they not be give all, they may give 21% of the money they may allocate for 2024. Now in the give inside 2024, 61%.
So then it gives to 2025.
Yes, the balance and roll inside 2025. And the manner in which they also distribute the resources for the rollover for 2024 inside 2025, it really not create some fair level playing field. Some council don't get their own. Some council they don't get absolutely nothing from the rollover. Some council now have enough, and then they will give health, education, they give free sectors there. And all that get huge implication in terms of providing services to the ordinary man. As I said earlier, it also gets serious implication in terms of generating in terms of creating opportunity for corruption. So overall,
like how they create opportunity for corruption.
Well, I've been a kind of household. I want to buy shoes. The uncle said they give me money. The shoes cost 10,000. He said, okay, so we have all for 3,000. Later I'll give the balance. Till that balance they come, a lot of things happen, and sometimes they need to get that balance day. What you guys expect for? They go buy that shoes today. Now that thing will do the money instead of buy that shoes.
But when they see every day, then they actually pay people in Africa. They pay big contractors. Is it because you really study budget? Is it that we not prioritize councils because they see big contractors? They really get their money there.
It's about government commitment, central government commitment to the local council, and more especially in terms of the fiscal commitment. Because if you look at the money they pay to just one contractor at the central level, they almost don't do for pay all the councils their money. If you look at, for example, the from January to June, the money we offer the president don't spend. Now almost 80%, almost 17% of the entire allocation for council in 2025.
The money we would have to spend?
Secretary to the president.
Okay.
From January to June, based on the supplementary budget, the estimated was they almost spent 255 million, so not 255 billion millions. Where the revised allocation to local councils for 2025 now around 287 million. So if you look at the difference, I just start 30 million different. Then from January to June, I don't spend that money there. So boil down to the fact that it's an issue around government priority for physical destinations. Government put the so and the irony is that look at council them budget now priority expenditures there. And if you priority and it then Minister of Finance apart from protocol that what do they spend just like how they for pay, they prioritize for pay, debt, whatever. Local council are one of the key councils, they are one of the key expenditure for central government. So to surprise, it look like the priority no longer a priority, and the effects the many that they feel. We never gather data in terms of waiting this delay don't cause to the ordinary people. In the next 2 weeks, we'll come up with a report for really show the impact of what the delay don't cause now the local council. So it's about commitment, it's about central government commitment. And for we see and say central government they really rely on the commitment of the say they really improve in terms of the fiscal deterioration. So for we now more or less serious deterioration on the part of government in terms of the fiscal transfer to local council state.
Yes. So Karine,
Yes.
this man in the top of numbers at the national level, but now you know now if the number and no come, that last mile delivery. So in terms of staff payment, I don't know. Think about the effects of the delay in transfer. If somebody for pay 2024 for services, then it not pay you 2024, it pay you later on 2025. Tell me about if again effect or
a lot. It gets a lot of effect. First, we get some sectors there. For instance, agriculture. Then activities they can get seasonal activities. If you get for do, for example, you get for do you get for maintenance swamp, where people then get for plant inside the rains. And let's say for instance, you know, give allocation throughout the year, and in fact, Karen, I will say up to this moment, I not receive anything.
for agriculture?
No, for everything.
Really?
From August last year on to this moment where I talk to you, we not get nothing we reflect in our account. So just think, what thing will happen with the budget where agriculture don't do? Say that this activity they get for do, now this activity they get for do. If they can't pay them that money, they what thing they go do with them? You know, look at education for instance. Now they get activities and they monitor examinations and they do other things. You know, if the money not come that moment, who said they will pull money for do the activity? You know, so the whole thing, like you ask the question whether local councils are dying. For me, I don't go see them they die, but they don't life support, oxygen. You not die, but any moment, small something hold them, they die. You know, and it's not good for government because now a tax recommendation and a good practice for me to get decentralization. If you don't get them now, I think government not to only for talk no more we committed to decentralization, this that we for CC them do them. And one by the way, where we go make sure say we know as a local council family say government really mean business, not the fiscal transfers. If they not transfer money to local council, it means they just they talk about they not mean them.
So in both the volume of the transfer and the timeliness of the transfer.
Yeah, the money small. That's one. If that money come, you know we will do plenty things we want to do. And most of the money they cannot tight grant. You know, and when it come, it tied to activities. And the activities and they by law, you know, they right for expend any money where they out of which you don't budget for. So if that money not come to time, the can be brother say it they give room for corruption as well.
Yeah, so you don't really any challenge there. You know, with the talk of funding, but apart from funding, what's are the biggest challenge where councils and they face for their survival? The chairman for carrying the talk said they don't life support, they are not dying. But that's a distinction without a difference. Where it say somebody see they die until they on life support. Nobody no go wish their family member they on life support. So apart from, you feel say funding are the biggest challenge, or apart from funding, you get other challenge the way if government they listen to you, you have been at the center. Waiting go be the issue.
Yeah, funding a challenge, yes, but you also get other systemic problems where I believe say if we address them, councils then will be viable. I can always tell my colleagues them, I say my own vision, I foresee Economi as a very prosperous district. We will be the center of technology. and within a very short period of time, with the win cannot off government subvention, and then eventually Kono will become a donor district.
Really?
And the time we've been to do strategic plan with our guidance, we not only go and engage the citizens for let them know what are the challenges for the various sectors and see how we're able to align them with the government priorities. But we also spot some potentials. Like for example, the technology the government don't bring. We find out say when they do the tech summit, 3 of we people that wouldn't participate and then get the first 3 positions. And the prize they then win, then go establish a tech farm. So we spot down there, we find out say the money of 50,000 we then win, not adequate for let them get the tech farm completed. So as I say, using the principle of complementarity, we come as to central government. The development ministry was so impressed that they spot them as a strategy for fit salon. And very recently with this Spain, as I talk to you now, we don't even get people that don't express interest. And they very fair with it. They go cultivate 1,000 hectares of land last year. They're able to sell the proceeds, the rest with them process to the WFP. Yes, we then get profit. Just last week now we will pay dividend to farmers. And then they captivate, everybody say, something's happening. So I believe say if we also look at the private sector and see how we go for spot them. And even when we go to Spain, they will tell you say they don't support them, they dry. So let's look from within. And in the new year of this year, the very Ministry of Finance encouraging our McKinney, if I then get 2 meetings, the first one above for 11 council, the other one McKinney. Also then will tell you say they will do public investment projects there. And then tell you outright say the financial situation this year is very precarious. The way then generate revenue, first priority now for pay service debt, where we don't incur overnight, over time. The second one for pay salaries and wages. So within the left for goods and services, they not do.
But is it that SLPP control councils are better placed for adapt?
I'm not going to say so because the issue of allocation affects all the councils. But for me on council, Kono District, I would say, with the leverage on other opportunities they will get, because the law give the law is very clear. Say now we coordinate. So for example, if you want to go do something in my district, I will tell you say therefore do and through me, and by that I create visibility. So I situate and within the 5 big game changers. So the people in the sense in the government they do one. So that will create a lot of, it captivate the citizens interested. Government is doing something.
But you don't want to implement the big game changers. Yes.
I want to implement them as much as me what I say for implement them.
Yes.
But I not get the opportunity for do so.
Okay.
Because of finances. Now look for instance, they don't start for gig all overs. I believe if government really they know the situations they will be under, therefore don't prioritize with the struggling councils. And on to this moment as I talk to you, as I say, we will not get anything. Carrying a new council, we don't even get an office space. I remember a few months ago, even the rentage, the man they threatened for giving notice. So they get for prioritize the councils them way they know say this now just new councils, and with the struggle for make even get to your own local revenue. So if them skip we and go give the one them way stronger, I not go say it is bad or whatever, but at least they get for prioritize say if you want you picking yourself, that one don't work, that one don't work it. The way you help for the work and the one don't work it.
I want to ask you a question where I know something that you know more able answer.
Yes.
We don't talk about Putin struggling council, carrying out the struggle. But we come on at this room here, the government they talk about redistricting.
Yes.
They create new districts, they create new councils, they create new cities. But we find difficulty for even pay the one them. What you advise government right now?
Well, me own advice now, let government service the councils the way already they exist first. They will able get waiting due we get them enough and to make sure say that we don't stabilize before we go create another district. But again, probably them go say now for ease of for let them ease the administrative structure, for let people at least get government very close to them. But if we don't exist, I can say Kari don't exist for up to 8 years now, but still don't able to stand on the feet. We still they struggle with late transfer of funds. We still then can late for transfer on our funds. Sometimes they even skip them. I remember last year they send all over. Later then tell you say that money then send not over all over again. All use them for that year.
So clearly, we say all councils, whether you new or old,
it is struggle.
Transfer struggle today.
Of course, then they cut across.
And if we do now redistricting, it means councils like Kenima, because if they pull from Kenima district,
yes,
and if you pull from Kailaun, for let you create, you could pull from Bo, pull from Pujang, for let you create Bandajuma, you pull from Kenima for Kailaun, for create another district. In fact, there is, you get a lot of maps where they show say Kenima will be left with only 7 districts. So the influence of them councils indeed is small. Just like how the influence of Bombalidon small, the influence of Port Loko is small, the influence of councils in the south and east will be smaller if we do redistricting. You really think say, but clearly you get this argument say they bring government closer to citizens. So what's the trade-off? You bring government closer but nothing all day, or we dey like how they dey?
It go better we stay out there because the people are still dey closer to government. Let's say for example, and Kenema District Council they exist. It is service the one them way around there.
Not to Panguma, because you get Panguma district, then
then you get Bo district, Pujang district. Instead for you service the one the way they. So I think they enough for make themselves get government at that lower tier, that lower level. Yes.
So Fambo, them in the next 7 minutes we they come open the line, but at the moment we they come in the next 3 minutes we they get a short break. After that we come open the line for all take part. But I want to turn to you, you know, you the money man, Mr. Bakar, Mr. Kamara. What you seeing all of this, the challenge with the council and the plans that the government get?
You know, firstly, as I mentioned earlier, the commitment. But even at that, we back also understand the fiscal space of government. In fact, before we pull the paper, we first of all analyze the fiscal space of government.
What do you mean by fiscal space?
The fiscal space simply means the ways and means how government get money. And what we look at the government, we find out say where now we don't collect the money. Majority they go to paying with debt service. We get the other one then where they go to all the statutory payments then. We get the other one where they go to paying what kind of salary the wage bill. And indeed the one left is small. But we also look at the principle of equity. We not say the government don't do all the statutory payment in there, the other left is small. But however, that small road left, it will be distributed based on the needs of the various people there. As my brother don't mention, you know go see council like carrying since last time we give them money, up to not give them money yet. And when they see other offices them, with them they get more than 200% of what in government be allocated. So this brings the idea of the fairness, equity. If for instance where government get this challenge in terms of the difference between what in government they get and what they spend, what the difference large, if we see a situation where they really make efforts to ensure say each and everyone gets based on their needs and based on how the revenue day, of course it will be really justifiable. But certain MDAs, certain agencies they get more than 200% of what they approve before June. Whilst the institutions then wouldn't create for provide basic service That are village, I don't go Tambaka.
So some are more equal than others. They say all animals are equal.
So
on that note, I think so we can break for 1 minute. Then we'll come back to Una very soon. So Fambule Una listen to True Talk Radio and partner radio stations and Akeni, Mabo and Makeni. So they can break for a short while.
Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about Salon Economy.
We're not just any radio. We're an economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way where go make sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show, We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join me now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This is the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about Salon Economy.
We're not just any radio. We're an economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way where go make sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show, We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join me now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This is the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk.
Welcome back to True Talk Radio in partner radio station. Then, Makini Bo and Kenima. I only hope say later on we'll get a partner radio station at Kono, so we're going to really broadcast live from Kono. So, family, you will listen, will follow the program. You'll go on YouTube and Facebook and left you message there. You will follow we on YouTube and Facebook. So just drop your message there, we can read them out. But in the next 2 minutes, will they come open the line to the public? You want to go back to you, Bakar. If they talk something about fairness, equity, and say you see some council them better treated than the others. I know say me big brother, you come up from the government council, and are you doing well because you're a government council? Or you're doing well because of your strength? But I'll let Bakar talk first. Then I'll come to you.
You know, in the local council get a system in terms of how they distribute resources. I mean, they get a formula based on so many parameters, and what we see more particularly this year, they really abide by that structure in terms of how we distribute resources. Okay. So more or less, the distribution of transfer of resources don't come out to the discretion of the politicians on how best you able lobby. Because for instance, for let's see council like Karine, Cambia, Puloko, for 2024 rollover budget, because 2025 they're not getting nothing in it, they not receive nothing in it. And on Friday, then somebody tell me say they don't almost done for process the rollover. But for that up to this point, they not receive nothing in it. So you go ask the question, how they reach at the decision in terms of for say now this forget, when there are formula, there are principles,
the distribution formula
of how they forget resources based on the available resources on the side of government. So yes, we can say in no fear, the principle of equity did not come to play, and it don't create that amount of favoritism that they favor certain council
over the other,
over another.
But are you a favored council or you're not striker?
No, I'm not. You see, when we go to Seville in Spain on this financing for development, and we go away from partners, see now Oman for look inwards. It clearly gives me an indication that we're not for council down we dey blame central government alone. We therefore look at the potentials they will get. Maybe I talk about, say, after we government don't meet all other obligations, they say within them get again small for distribute, which is true. And that is why institutions are there. Carry get members of parliament. Nothing stops them from inviting the Ministry of Finance. But they take them and say, look, why is it that up to now Carry not getting allocation yet?
So
right?
the MP then for call
that is it.
Finance
Yes, because they wrote that.
Okay.
You understand? Even civil society.
I mean,
that's
what he's doing now.
Well, now because you do it now, we don't engage finance. Now make they say, well, let me process the allocation. Because mind you, they still not do.
Okay, I think we don't begin for get calls then.
They still not do.
Hello.
Yes, one evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, yes, today hear you. You talk to True Talk Live.
Yes, me name na Abdulmansar. I call from McKinney. I presently listen to Hamza Seri.
Okay.
My question is that I want for just for the beginning, I want compliment all the government efforts for extend 2 districts and also the 2 councils. But my question about that, hello? What are some of the benefits we get for create to the people and the population as a whole? As the 16 districts who don't get presently, people in the suffer, how the local council, the government need to fund them. So if they can extend 2 councils back and 2 districts then.
Okay. Thank you very much.
What do you get for being some of the challenges?
Okay, we don't get your question. Hello? True Talk Radio? Hello?
Good evening, how you do?
Yeah, we do okay.
Mr. Lavali, you know we'll talk about integrity. That's another topic for another day. But you may all man doubt you salary because you get fixed data the way you were down to the issue today. And then in some country around the world, city council now they're responsible for their own locality, be the police, be the military. But in the case of Salon, what to show they happen. Okay. For instance, the internal like pay the cow to somebody hold the rope. The government is city council and the French one.
Who's that the call from?
You know, for Bishop.
Who's that the call from?
I they call from Kabala. I they call na Kabala.
Okay. Thank you very much. We they accuse somebody.
I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't see much of the data the way they give now. Inaccurate data there. They don't predict since 2012 by the following 2012. So that is now that it's what I talk about.
Okay, thank you very much. I not been there in civil society in 2012. So that data not accurate.
Okay, bye.
Okay, carry on. Hello, we get problem. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Hello, yes.
Hello.
Hello, yes. True Talk Radio. Who's that the call from?
I call from Kenny Bombali.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, because they understand, say, a new initiative, I don't know, like for create another 2 districts, which of course, the district will be on the ground, they're able to receive funds and we will keep people in. Okay. So, I really doubt how they will able to manage the new district as we have established back. This is very, very doubtful. So how people are able to look at government when they consider initiatives there, it's very doubtful. Okay. So I don't know. Many people when they look at them say they criticize, we will not understand, we will not go to school.
Okay, thank you.
No?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think say okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Johnny, Freetown.
Yeah, Johnny.
I said this with keen interest.
Okay.
Redistricting is going on all over the place. Even in America, recently I'm releasing Texas, they do redistricting. The Republicans, they want to increase representation in the state legislature. In fact, 50 Democrats will therefore strike and left the legislature and go out just for make them not go able to pass the bill. But like it go past all the same because by how they go about it, the Democrats they also they do the same in California, you know. But like the financing of this redistributing is the question concerning the economy of the country. Yes. Actually, to divide them into three parts. You get the geopolitical, you get the economic, then you get the demographic aspect of it. Because we are talking about priority preferences in terms of revenue and resource distribution. Somebody was talking about equity. We don't go forget preference. Now we talk about surface renting because I'm bringing in now the political aspect. You have direct or indirect foreign investment. We have these paramount chiefs of chiefdoms or regions are giving surface rent for mining activities going on in those countries. So other countries are not getting minerals or not getting investment opportunities. I think government for recalibrate or re-strategize their policy preferences or shifting policy so that there will be priority to come to those regions where less endowed with natural resources where they attract foreign investment. So that revenues collected will be given more preferences to those regions and revenues coming in for surface rent, the other councils then whether they benefit from that, therefore me and the other one then we at least they don't get that kind of endowment, minerals or investment possibilities or potential. So maybe they'll get extra.
Thank you,
so
thank you.
Equity must come in. I'll call back later.
Thank you. So it look like say now redistricting all money. Don't take over. So we'll be the talk about council financing, so the conversation they take more to redistricting. I think say you been the talk earlier, we'll be the talk about waiting they make you in your own case, you see progress, you talk about the meeting at Spain.
Yes, we said then go talk say if we look inwards.
Yeah.
Because the donor or partner support don't they dwindle.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, sirs.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. It's a concern caller, the call from Kono.
Yes.
Yeah, me on take now the program. What you don't see, when they see right now politicians everybody they try for fetch for gain political codes. Because looking at the status of the country, and they cry say economy dey down. Then when they see government they push a certain thing, because me I know say all this day where they boil around the elections. And that mean that the suspicions and the what we they get. Try for create another district, you know, do a proper, you know, do census, they want for establish PR system, all that thing the way they try for push you, and no say now for switch certain, not for we for the population, no, not for we the people, no, now for them the politicians, now for let them gain political goals. Me now this I see.
Okay, thank you.
If this they want, let them left the country because right now we economy not strong, then PR system will not need at this time.
Okay, thank you.
So me will take this, yeah.
Thank you.
I want them to plenty thank you for the program because for them that they make the citizens voice good they had. We want for tell you plenty thank you for that day.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so where we go, we find out say the district get potentials, cannot get potentials. And so we make serious effort for the generate revenue. And out of that, as I say, we provide.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, True Talk Radio.
This is Martin from Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah, To be honest with you now, I been listening to this program really fast. I just been listening this program where we got the panel say they not get the funding on time. Yeah, and like we, for example, go we said that the morning we talk about Istanbul, we can see sometimes they can put the something like in public notice how for when for pay the taxes, how for pay. Recently, they do the public notice way that divide the central then into two way we said for the under the state council and we said for the under city council. But my question here is about the staff. Because if the staff are not enough, they're not able to run up the city. Like, for example, everybody knows the Bo is too wide. If you can't include the both district and the city, however you look at them, it's wide. But all the time I talk about the question here now is people or the local way to know idea. We pay them with property rent and that of whatsoever, but how we will get the benefit because we can see the other civil workers then they keep it done. They not pay way, we not get to salary.
Okay.
And even the communities there is a lot of developments where we suppose forget.
Okay.
Not to get that.
Okay.
Why and what they create that what government the plan for putting in place so that with small money we will pay we go able to see and find and we will utilize that in the way how we do expect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so we scale up with revenue mobilization, and what will they get? Well, they make sure say 40% they go into tangibles, buy tools. Very recently we provide motorbikes for we councillors so that they go for reach out, and then we also coordinating. We're not a joke with them. So find us a partners and then they complement government in support, like Sense alone and they support the health sector. We get PIH and they support the health sector. We also get AVDP project on agriculture, the PRS, the resilient project also. They all give support to the agricultural sector. And we make sure they monitor them.
Okay.
So even though if we don't do more, if we get regular allocation, what I want to say, the rollover for 2024, then they will get them in full. What we will do, we retire until we don't give it, and we tell them say we don't exhaust until we don't give it, we don't retire them, and therefore we need them money then. So they prioritize. You know,
they do exactly as they say because at the end of the day they audit we councils.
Okay.
And I think for the past 5 or 6 years, we never get any negative audit opinion.
Okay, so I think this is bring we to a very important segment of this conversation. And I think this will get for drag in the next 17 minutes because this program will get for end at 8:30 exact. We will repeat this every day at 8 o'clock to 9:30, and you will get for join. You get for join me back at 8:20, 8:20 on 072-641-729. So how we improve on this funding issue?
There are, from one perspective, we look at two aspects. But in two aspects, the weight will not be the same. But the paramount one is how do we ensure, say, the council then reach a stage where they will generate enough resources. So we are in the less independence on central government transfer. And that therefore be a long process based on the various councils that will get now the country. For example, under the USAID project, we support what C in terms of the updating property cadastral. And from we own estimation, if there is a compliance of just 30% of the properties listed, council will get over 50 million, 50 billion, on just property rate collection. We mean say that money go for even be more than what's in the receive from the central government. So then on one side in terms of strengthening the own source revenue. But again, we need to bridge the trust between citizens and the council system. Because if we not get trust, there will be significant problem in terms of paying taxes. So council need for be very much transparent in terms of how they collect and utilize the resource system. So that aspect of providing that timely information to citizens in terms of how much they collect and how where they spend them, and more so spending it on real life delivery
tangibles.
Tangible. Then another one. But the other one again, as it now, council it's difficult for them to provide effective services without government transfers because they're able to reach that peak date, especially the council will more deprived that peak date we have in able to generate everything for themselves. So if see government not give money, those councils they are paralyzed. Those districts will suffer. If in the local economy of districts they also feel the pinch when council not receive the money.
Okay. So one of the things I come to you, don't even imagine say government say I need to transfer money to carrying again. How una go survive? Waiting now on a plan for say left free and keep waiting now and keep we go do this for us survive.
Well, if government they say it close or stop funding, they get for help you again for giving the authority as well.
Okay.
We get the authority by name. But I did tell you to some extent we get what we call that political interference. For example, me na my district Karine. Now then this year I know say we get boku mining companies in the district. We don't ever go to the council. When you go there for go press, you dey get call from somewhere. And enough for be so. You dey go to some mining companies and they get properties, then they will for pay tax for. Then they pay. When you press, you dey get calls them for say, hey, Padre, I left now and so. And it is not good. So therefore, government, if they cease funding, they don't want fund cancels them, let them give you the power and authority for do it to supposed for do, they will get to revenue. Go to the paramount chiefs or talk to the SDOs them, tell them say, this na cancel them for collect day, and then for do them. And if you not happen, it's not go easy for me to be able to stand on your own. Like let's say for example the local taxes. We know so we supposed to get precept. When the 10 come for print, council don't know what they print. Council don't know what to go. They can just come, I think last year they can just come say this is the precept to pull and this. You go now for the probe into them now, then they balance. There is no way. So they find out very, very difficult.
Yes.
We do a study on their own source of for example, local tax. Carrying now 3.2% of the adult population.
Yes.
They pay local tax.
Really?
Yes. So that will also tell you the challenges the way they face in terms of compliance. But again, compliance is one, but if citizens, if they see tangible things there and then see that amount of transparency will also help.
So you see what it is.
I get them. What we do in 2024 when I come, I just take less than a year in office. Where I come, the first money we'll get under own source, we construct a school. For the first time in Karine, we council build a school out of own source revenue. It did it. We not able to complete and say for paint and finish the finishing. We not able to do them. It's imagine for over 1 year now. After we don't build that school, over 1 year now we not able to finish them because resources not there. And we prioritize the expenditure. You know, and for the first time again since the establishment of Karine District Council, this time we don't owe we junior staff them over 6 months we never pay them. It not be ever happened before.
So 6 months you not pay your staff there.
We not pay staff them. 6 good months.
Okay. So I mean I return to you chairman Sheku Kono District. So now the same question back. So if we say now government no day, government say no get nothing to Kono again because Kono get diamond, then get gold, you know, then get all things. Wanna go able to survive?
The rate at which we go, yes, because one, we dey make sure say we enforce whatever power they give, like creating the structures. But I don't tell you again, say voting guide we own action at the district. Now, one, the public interest and also the law. And if the government don't create we as an authority, you don't tell we say now we do A, B, C, D, and E. We make sure they say we put the structures in place. I can tell you now we get an agreement with the paramount chiefs them, who they do collection together. We can get a meeting with the chiefs them and the SDO coordination very well. We get the DCC, the District Development Coordinating Committee meeting. We make sure say whole and within the development ministry they tell we say for whole NGO and partners into account. It work very well. Then of course we develop our own private sector. I just want to tell you about the strides they will make in the field of agriculture. We use technology. If you've been there at the Tech Summit, where they host very recently,
I've been there.
We then showcase the winner of last year. President said will give me $1 million. So right now, as I tell you, I try for fees and appointment. For saying, Mr. President, this is an pronouncement you make. They get for follow up with words. We engage the other people then for say this thing will go for Spain. When I don't take, we take farm for let be the strategy for fixed alone. We want for let we implement them and development they engage with. So for engage sectors them for let them see how they go for intervene. And then also the one relating to minerals. Government also don't develop this mineral weight fund. What they say then they now try for situate the development to the minerals they get. So the structures are being created.
Okay, then central government. So
Yes.
if me want buy this phone, if I buy them, 15% GST. But me they not carrying it at the corner. I don't buy this phone. That 15% GST they come to Freetown.
Yes.
Now NRA now they allocate that money there. Then a 1% now they go to you. But now 15% they don't take by this phone. So with the discussion we they get, we know say we get other ways they follow it. But there's citizens there wouldn't they take tax from Kono. They take their tax from bonds. Then there's citizens they need to see President Bio, you need to see President Kuruma. Now you they see. You wouldn't they take their tax. If they road not, if they road well, if they not get water, now you didn't see. How and ban talk about council accountability in doing tangibles. How now will come together for advocate for better allocation? We know say yes, if fine for like the council become more creative, will be the talk about private sector investment, big investment they for letting council do. But all of the investment they actually need heavy lifting from the central government for let the council. So waiting are the thoughts they want to get among ourselves as local council forum.
Well, we get leadership, local council, where we put up for say now for represent we. And many times I can see now forum them, then issues and they bring account to the attention of the president.
Who are the president?
The current chairman of Kailan district. And you can say they engage the various authorities, i.e. the vice president, the minister of finance. So we go on for see much more pressure, but also parliament for coming. Because most of the parliamentarians are come upline, and therefore realize say then people them we then send them from upline for them kind of parliament. Then it's one of the rule of provide oversight and for advocate for them. So therefore invite the minister of finance and say why is it that we are not able to give money to councils? So I should say that pressure really come out from them quarters and something will happen.
When I don't want to get parliamentary oversight visit to now.
Yeah, a few days ago it happened.
Yeah, when I share anything here with them.
Well, unfortunately, may not be able to meet up because of some challenge.
You don't get parliamentary oversight visit to the council?
Not only last week where they invite me see in McKinney, they say then they go look at what we don't get, and I've called and tell me see go tell them say from the beginning of this year I'm not getting 98, and I'm sure you get them the message. So I think say Parliament will be much more robust in ensuring that some of them things and they therefore look at, because I know one for delve into other things, but sometimes the priorities when they look at commensurate with the realities on the ground.
But you be done in a central government, and this really, you don't serve as senior permanent secretary in this country in Boko ministry there. We don't want to look at council, how they see compared to which una be the allocate trade, now you don't go face the reality now.
Yes. When we come to Kenema for the council where we in, the colleagues are waiting, they do the second term, because the vice president, will preside over the ceremony. We've been get pre-meeting with the vice president, and before we get that meeting, they will get some discussions among us. Then they say in a central government, they make decentralization of the work. Now they say that central government agencies, ministries, and they make the decentralization of the work. Now I say, well, maybe in a central government, I say, make can now for come team up with you for let the decentralization work. And when I go, I look at the situation, I look at the system, the processes, and I find out say the oversight role where councils then get now for strengthening, so that we left the functionaries for perform them functionary role within the remit of the law, and we make sure say we develop a strategy and ask them for do them. And we say then there is need for engagement with the higher authorities, then we can able for exact we influence for do that one day. And then make I say I look at the principle of subsidiarity and complementarity. So if any minister go in a corner, for example, whether they tell me or not tell me, as long as I don't tell the sector and say any minister they can have or no. So at the team up with the minister, even a project go open, I dey claim them, say this team now we the supervise them, so we go with the work for central government under the big five I tell you about. So that they don't make the visibility, we don't create them.
Okay.
Right? And therefore the citizens them, even though we know they get regular allocation, but then they see something happen every now and then.
Okay.
But at the same time, when anything they happen, we know they keep quiet. Would they make a moon? Would they disseminate them? But I don't know, say this year it fall within part of the big five. Like for example, the two projects I tell you about under agriculture, AVDP and the FSRP, when they give money to farmers through voucher system and all the rest of it. And this is a huge amount of money. But people, the functionaries, they don't want to talk because I know other people they hear it. But me go tell the farmers that this money where they come from now for building a capacity, now the government create this kind of system. Okay. And as I talk to you, we will get issue now where some of the farmers then they get them vouchers and they get the service, then they don't talk say we will go with addresser. So you therefore look at what thing that you role as council and make sure that you are very robust in it, right? So that what thing they come out from central government, as I say them, I mean not to say them just keep quiet about it. Then calling them McKinney, then Terry, under the public investment project.
Okay.
And then don't also develop this fiscal decentralization policy. We want to see how we're able to effect that one. So if we effect that one, we will clearly be able to harmonize the collection of taxes and say this particular area, the central government collect, but this will be we own share. So what's left now for put into practice. So but the last one really important also, if government can able to do that one, I can assure you say most councils they not going to even need government support. That is building permit. If they say let me really take charge of that,
Exactly.
I can assure you we don't need government support. Okay. And I believe say they say it in a parliament. I hope say they're able for pass that one day and they're able for sign on now. Then they don't give you that responsibility there. Then we'll see how we run with them.
Okay. So you get some particular tax line them way then give really need for give councils.
Absolutely.
Because really central government not only for the give building permits.
Exactly so.
I think say that they're good. But you know, I don't know what they stop you. It explain quite some things where I believe say you say can able to do and with or without you party in a power, party not in a power. Like for let council really coordinate investment in agriculture. Like for let council really coordinates the financial sector, like for let, because if me get bank and they get a lot of young people and we then get they want loan for open bank because the bank want profit. How it's in the council they do for make sure say they self create wealth?
Now let's start first from this agriculture we talk about. And as they say, we self get FSRP there. We also get AVDP, although we don't close out. And what in government will do? Government send tractors them. Now most of the district. Then give them to service providers. And then service providers they are so that they're supposed to make the people they get access to the tractors there so that they're able to do farming. If I tell you, we will get under. It take all the tractors and go down at Tomahawk. People really struggle for letting them farm. There is no way. Even when they talk, so pastor I go take machine from outside of the district. I go put it in the district for make I go farm this year. So if the machine not in the district, it will be difficult for make the one not get out. Imagine me as the district chairman. I find it difficult for access machine. How about that ordinary farmer? So you see some of them not to say we say no you want to do them, but the opportunity not there for you to do them.
Okay. All right.
And the service providers they win the give, especially now people who connected to the government and the give. You know get anywhere they will them. You all take voice down. You talk to he go tell you back say go inside you go complain. And even our forums they argue people them talking the way. So there is no way. You see, so it's difficult. I can understand it can happen anyhow, but it's difficult when you don't cancel in an opposition. Certain and the way me brother they talking as they do. If me want do am, trust me difficult.
Okay. So opposition councils then really get some vulnerability. Eh?
Seriously.
Oh, okay. So if me want because there is nothing stopping me if me get money for let I go work with Kabbalah District Council or Kwenadugu District Council. Say I get solar system, I want to go get a solar plant for let people then buy solar. So I think say the council back need for be a little more creative in increasing the private sector thinking within the council.
That's not true.
Okay, I think so we need to do that and more. I don't know within the family and the line open now because it's not the last stretch now. Anybody who want contribute, you will contribute. I don't know within you get for talk about how do we make the councils stronger. I don't know if redistricting are the solution because APC don't do this. I mean SLB back say we said they create two. We don't know if the redistricting are the solution for let we really get services closer to citizens.
You know, the principle of redistricting is a bad thing, but it therefore based on so many parameters. And on the side of old work, we can normally look at the fiscal aspects in terms of looking at the district potential for generating revenue, looking at the district potential in terms of setting up the office. You know, as they say, up to now, the three new councils we set up previously. It's almost going to 8 years now. They're not able to get office seats.
It's still struggle.
And we don't see the resources where they go. It's still small. So for me, why is the idea for the district to bad team? We will not see yet the real physical advantage. Where they will tell you say, with this redistricting, this is one way that this go for happen in terms of the fiscal aspects. We need to talk about political aspect, but in terms of the fiscal aspect. Because if we get 22 councils now and the main livelihood for now when our government transfer, it is struggle. Creating another one from the fiscal aspect, we feel see there will be challenges, and we not see the real justification yet from the fiscal perspective. Maybe they might have slight for political perspective, but again, it all boils down to what extent the redistricting will help for provide services to the people them. To what extent they bring services closer to the citizens them, and to what extent they will generate the resources for that they will manage themselves. So for we, the economic argument will not see it as something viable on the reason for doing the redistricting.
So Family, we don't open the line back, and this is not the final time for us to open the line and get a few more calls. Where you can call on 072641729, 072641729, the number and then the way for call in case you want to contribute. You know, I come back to you. What you feel for Dubai and now two at the council? How would make for increase government attention to decentralization?
Well, now one band they do so advocacy, that the one, and in the government side, they say get commitment and they get for prioritize the councils because the how me bother me say this now is statutory something. It did not the local act. Say government for send funds na council every year, and I think the advocacy na one, and we as the local council family we also get for stand united and make sure so we move as a team always for the call government attention. Then finally, within me senior colleague talk now, say we get for involve the parliament. Parliament need for stand and make sure so they support the local councils so that we get funding when the time is. Because other side and the way government they give funding, if you look at the priority side, it is easy if we pay more priority to council.
You get an example like if you say no, this why they fund that number, but really cancel for don't get.
No, I'm not going to give an example here because I just talk about me own area.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to give example to any other institution. But you look at council, the people in na Tonkolili, for example, let's say the one they read in Masingbi, the other area, and they need services them, and then services in a council get for provide them for them.
Okay. Okay. Lucky caller.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. True Talk Radio. You can make your point.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Sorry for the interruption. My name is Tato. Me and the call from the group. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't get. I don't see any other country the way they develop without revenue. Understand it?
Yes.
But I don't know if this country has two sets of revenues and what would it be? I'm ready for pay gas because we not patriotic. All this street, me I can't encounter it for more kind of the street we call me now Bodila. You can go pay, then tell me see the 6 tire. If for be 500,000 to for how we call it DFO, then 300,000 to council, district council. Me na a victim, I don't pay 1 10 to 10. But each time when me come, where I pay. After I don't pay, where I can like bandama so one German. Then they call me motor car for they pass a book after everything with all my documents. When I call now the offices then, like for instance DFO, because the district council not call it. The bossman, they respond to me good, and I can feel bad.
Okay.
So then I get witness against this allegation.
I know.
I know. So really, as a big, this country now all you.
Okay.
So challenge, and then I challenge only the anti-corruption. The corruptive act. So I want the media understand. So it will be for me and all of you when I the victims the whole the one car.
Okay.
We support for.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. So we can, I think so we just need one last caller that will close the program for today. But one of the things that we'll be to talk about now, how to increase government attention for decentralization. So we talk about the role of parliament, the role of civil society, and the role of the local government forum itself. So when they come to you, what do you feel say really, because this is your government, how you feel say waiting council for do or waiting everybody for do for ensure say like that 1% to it allocate, maybe it increase, and secondly it go on time.
Well, advocacy is very important, but councils also for provide leadership so that when
okay, this is the very last caller.
Hello.
The lawyers.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
True Talk.
Yes, True Talk Radio. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Bakri from Kinema.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on, yeah.
So that when something they under you remit, you never allow somebody for good one. You go for challenger.
Oh, sorry. Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is not True Talk Radio.
Yeah, this is not True Talk, yes.
Okay, talk to concerned citizen.
Okay, make your point fast, because you're not the last caller now.
Yeah, I mean, I see with Sabatini, that Mr. Sheku with the official man, Sadia.
Yes.
But also the problem in agriculture, and they are look. Another the problem there, also council for control the ministry. The work on the agriculture will move. Let change, let government president change that whole system. Let not panic, let not for the civil service, let them make them involved into politics. Because let them control the nation. Now the civil service will control the nation. Me, my name is Ahmed Tijalo. That's my name. I can call my name.
Okay.
When you call the problem, the council they delay them, they don't go well. Even me, I will get the concern now for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. That was the very last caller. So we can go back to you. I think so you're going to make your final points. Then we can just close the program.
Yes, leadership. Just like last time down to this last caller, we say the civil service now for run the country. Civil service then for support the political system. Because they recruit them because they get the competencies and get the know-how. So then for put at the disposal of duly constituted political authority, for make sure say the politicians they able to articulate and understand their vision. But what we don't see in this country is that in many instances, some of the things they blame politicians for actually are the functionaries. Because take for finance we talk about, you get the budget bureau, you get the financial secretary, you get in team. Now therefore sit down and say, na social revenue and don't come. Na so one for a portion now, based on what in the law say. I don't go see say them go put them before any minister. The minister say, I don't go prioritize them. But if you go to a minister, the minister therefore refer you back to the functionary.
Okay.
So I think therefore should be professionalism and competence where therefore really exercise, so that if they do things according to what in the law say, then things will happen.
Thank you very much. So after 20 years of decentralization, you say it is on life support. With a final word to make it work better.
My final word na that now for talk to government and we can understand the constraints. But in as much as the allocations they're small, but let them go they come timely.
Okay.
The small they will get, if they come to time, we can do something and move forward.
Okay. Thank you very much. So Abubakar Ban, what's your final thing about making decentralization work?
We need to look at it from the fiscal side because that's space of the work. So it's about both demand and supply side. Whilst we call on the central government for transfer them resources as per the allocation budget, but we would also call on the local councils then for also show transparency and accountability in how they manage the resources. Somebody before I mentioned one comment in terms of which is undermine decentralization in terms of how the central government also support the undermining. I can give you one example on the audit reports. The 2022 Local Government Act established, say, local council forget audit committee when I council instead. The PFM Act talk about the aspect of forming other committees,
independent committees.
So what's happening now? The PFM Act, the committee where they say for set up, they overshadow the statutory committee for the established. So that means say they don't pull the power at the council in their hand for let them scrutinize all these reports. So beyond just looking at transfer to local council, we also need to look at the area that we are in, the mechanism we government set in place, ensure see them work for all council accountable and for bring services closer to the people.
Okay. So Fambulem, we don't talk about the big work the council they do for make sure say services then delivered, and the two council and within they actually Karine and Kono District Council, they don't really talk about waiting for do follow make sure say decentralization work more effectively. Karine na part of Sierra Leone just like how Kono na part of Sierra Leone, and Karine and Kono na citizens of Sierra Leone then they So at any time, they talk about service delivery, I think say it behoves any government, any party within a power for make sure say any citizen get the services where they get. So they talk about decentralization, not just something where they talk in vacuum, because we want to talk about something this big governance concept, but like how will they make sure say people then produce food for eat, will they make sure say people then get good health care, will they make sure say people then get education and get everything, the quality of life we they need as citizens of Sierra Leone. So when I tell thank you, we'll talk about this today, and as usual or as always, we go repeat this conversation every morning at 8 o'clock for you when not listening to we. And if you go on YouTube and on Facebook, you will catch up with we. Thank you very much, and I wish you well for the rest of this week.
Thank you.
Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about Salon economy.
We're not just any radio. We're an economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way where go make sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show, We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join me now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This is the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk.